Hi everyone, welcome back. So today's video is going to be about the things that I am looking forward to doing once this weight loss continues. Some of these things are things that I'm already doing and I will specify because I am really happy with my weight loss so far. And yeah, so this is what the video is going to be about. So being down 90 pounds, I can obviously do a lot more things than I was able to do before when I had those extra 90 pounds. I mean, 90 pounds is a lot. 90 pounds is almost like a kid, like an adult kid that you've lost in weight. So some of the things so far that I've enjoyed doing, being a couple of sizes smaller, is definitely shopping. I can say that shopping is one of the most, I don't want to say degrading, but very like disappointing things to do when you are very, very overweight, because not only are the clothes stores that you're going to find extremely expensive. I mean, there are some quality stores, but it's really expensive. But the clothes that are made are, I find, usually made for older women, or they're just clothes that are really, really fugly. I mean, nobody wants to wear a big, huge, I do not want to wear a big, huge leopard or floral print when I weigh as much as I weighed. So I was really disappointed in a lot of the clothes that were there, and a lot of the pants, they would be either really too tight on the legs and really too loose on the waist, or vice versa. And shirts, I think that one of the biggest flaws that people who make clothes, company who make clothes, is they think that if you get fatter, then we need to make your shoulders and the arms bigger, but the waist can stay the same, so there's no flare out to the waist. So which means is, if you really like a shirt, you're like, oh well, I'll get a size bigger. You get a size bigger and you're floating in the shoulders, but it's still tight and you can show your belly. So I think that there needs to be, obviously the plus size industry has gotten a lot better over the last couple of years, but I still think that there is a lot of work that needs to be done. So that being said, with those 90 pounds less, shopping has become another experience. I can fit into 1X, and 1X can be in like the bigger size of a regular normal people store. So I'd still do go to my plus size stores, because then I end up being on the lower scale of the things that the clothes that are available. But I went from a 3, 4, 5, it depends, X down to a 1X. So now it's opened up my horizons to a lot more clothes and a lot more stylish clothes. And that's one of the things that I really enjoy right now. I'm like, oh no, my pants are too big, I'm gonna have to go get another pair. And it's really like a pleasure. I do not spend a lot of money on clothes because I know I'm going to go right through them, and all the clothes that I do have that I'm growing out of, I'm either going to give them to people that I know who are in need of them, or the rest I'm just going to donate to some kind of place where they sell clothes cheap, so people who are in need can go and get them for a cheap price, even if I've paid like $50-$60 for a piece of clothing that I've worn once, and then either it was too big and then too small, and then after the operation I just waited to wear it and now it's too big. So some of the clothes that I have are brand new, but I'm just going to give them away. I don't see the point in trying to sell those clothes and go through the hassle of selling the clothes, so I'm really just going to bring them to a center and give them away. Another thing that I'm looking forward to doing is going to the cinema. I really like watching movies. Watching movies is something that I've always really, really enjoyed. I watch a lot of movies at home, but going to the cinema was always something special, and it was something that often I did with my dad. But it was just so uncomfortable going to the cinema, because you're looking at those chairs and you're like, my butt is gonna fit getting in, but am I gonna be able to get out? So usually you have like those side chairs, or if not, if you don't have those side chairs, then you have those little cup holder chairs where, you know, if you have a cup there and you try and sit down, your butt's gonna hit the cup. So you're always trying to like maneuver your way around the cup and take the cup out or sit down. And if there happens to be someone sitting next to you, then you're always trying to scoot over to make sure that you don't touch that person, because you know that like you're going to like pop out the side a little bit. So if it's not just for that, then you're in those straight sided chairs that cut into your legs the entire time. So you're trying to watch the movie, you're trying to get like lost in the story, and all you can think about is my ass hurts because the chair is squeezing my butt so hard. So I'm really looking forward to going to the cinema so that I can really sit in a chair and be comfortable and really enjoy the movie. Another thing that I'm enjoying right now is going for walks also. The other night I decided just to go for a walk, and I didn't stretch or anything. I didn't prepare. I was just like, I'm going for a walk. It's one of the nice days. Winter is slowly starting to fade and it wasn't really cold outside. So I was like, I'm going for a walk. And in the end, I ended up walking 2 kilometers. and I wasn't feeling tired. I wasn't aching everywhere. My heart wasn't racing. I wasn't out of breath. I was walking quickly, but I wasn't at the point where I was like, oh my God, I just want to sit down. So that was great. I do like going outside and doing things, but I would say that my weight always stopped me from doing those things because, one, I didn't want to look like an idiot who was also red-faced and sweaty and out of breath for the simplest things that it didn't bother other people to do. And another thing is I didn't like being like that. I didn't like being the weight that I was and like walking. And I know everyone says that they say, oh, good for her, you know, she's trying, she's making an effort, but I always think in my head, they're just thinking, look at that fat person walking down the street. I don't mean to offend anybody, this is how I think, and that's what I think other people are thinking when they see me. So now it bothers me less going for a walk because I don't feel like I look as bad as I did before, even though the way that I see myself is maybe not still 100% healthy. It is better. Another thing that I'm enjoying doing right now at the moment with the weight that I've lost is driving. There is nothing more annoying than being in the car, especially if you're in the car for like 45 minutes, an hour plus, and because of your weight, because of your stomach, because of your big breast, the seatbelt slowly slides up and cuts right into your neck. So you're always moving it, you're always adjusting it, but no matter what you do, it tends to ride up, and I would get like all red on my neck here from a seatbelt rubbing against my neck, and it was just something that was really frustrating and really annoying. No matter how much I moved it, it would always end up back at my neck. Anytime you'd hit a bump, if you had managed to place it, it would just bounce right back up and hit you in the neck. So right now, driving is a lot better because I place the seatbelt and it stays there. It's not riding up, it's not hitting me in the neck, and it's just more agreeable. So I really like driving. I'm looking forward to doing like a longer road trip, maybe going for like 2 hours or whatnot, just to see if it's really just because I'm doing less driving, or if it's just because really because of the weight loss, that it is a lot better for me to actually not have that annoying friction on your neck from your seatbelt rubbing you there. Some things that I would really like to try, which I haven't done yet, but things that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to going on an airplane, because the one time that I traveled, I ended up taking 4 planes, and there's always that fear when you're plus size, not only the looks that you get from other people, and if you have to sit beside someone that they're like, really? So I'm looking forward to taking an airplane, being comfortable, not having to worry about whether or not the seatbelt is going to fit, and being like super shy about asking, can I have a seatbelt extender, and whether or not the person is going to call it over their radio, or if they're going to be really discreet about it, if they're going to give it to you. And there's always that shame that's there saying, you know what, I really need help. The seatbelt that's here that fits most regular people, well, it doesn't fit me. I need to have a bigger one. Give me a bigger one. So I'm looking forward to taking a plane, just not only for the fact of going on vacation, but taking a plane and having that comfort of not worrying about having to, whether or not you need the seatbelt, if the person next to you is going to complain just because you're big, or if you have to worry about them saying, well, I'm going to charge you an extra seat or not. So I'm looking forward to being on an airplane and just seeing what it's like. It's not going to be anytime soon. I would like to go on a trip this year, but whether or not it's going to happen, it's up to the money gods. So we'll have to see whether or not that's going to be possible. But I am looking forward to going on an airplane. I am also looking forward to something that I've always wanted to do, is either canoe or raft, or just be in some kind of boat. I do know that where I work, sometimes every year, there is a rowboat competition that they do. And I remember last year they had asked me if I wanted to be a backup, and my honest answer and the way I honestly felt was, I would like to, but I can't because I'm going to sink your boat. That's honestly what I felt. It's a boat that fits 17 people, guesstimation, and I was just like, I would really like to. It looks like a lot of fun, and a lot of people that I am friends with are doing it, and they say that it's awesome, but there is no way that I'm stepping in that boat and having it sink because my weight is way too high. So I'm looking forward to doing things like that, canoeing or rafting, or even just like a rowboat, being a boat and not worrying about it sinking. And it's just a fear that you have. I don't know if it's a fear that I have. I know it's a fear that some people have. Maybe not everyone feels that way, but I do know that boats kind of freak me out because I don't want everyone else to die just because I am more overweight than the normal person. I'm also looking forward to maybe riding a bike. because I haven't ridden a bike. The last time I rode a bike, it was, I would say, 2 years ago, and it's very uncomfortable in your areas that are in contact with the bike because you have a lot of weight on you, and all of your weight is sitting on that one apex, and it's not very comfy. So I'm looking forward to maybe riding a bike and just being more comfortable on the bike. When I was a kid, I rode a bike all of the time, and I haven't done it as an adult just because my size. Honestly, my size has limited me in doing a lot of things. So that's one thing that I'm maybe looking forward to doing. And honestly, I'm just looking forward to feeling more at ease in public. This might be more personal. Not everyone has to feel this way, or other people might feel this way. But just being in public and the looks that people give you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're looking and they're thinking what you think that they're thinking. But as I've expressed before in my other videos, I'm very negative towards myself. So every time you would get that look, and that like little up and down look that they're like, you want some chips, lady? Like, I always think people are saying mean things in their head about me. They're always judging me about my weight, or they're judging me about my clothes, and I'm looking forward to being more comfortable in public, and that's slowly coming. I do still think that I have a lot of weight to lose. So for some people, I am still really, really obese. And honestly, I am still technically morbidly obese, class 3 morbidly obese. So I am still big. I still have a lot of weight to lose, but those stares are less intense than they used to be. My self-perception, most probably, because it's not true that everyone that's looking at you is judging you, and it's not true that everyone thinks that you're disgusting. And it has nothing to do with your weight. I mean, some people who are like that, they think that about anybody. They don't think that about specifically one type of person. Usually people who are like that in general. But for me, when people look at me when I go out in public, I think that they're saying negative things about me. So that's something that's slowly changing as I'm feeling better about myself. But I'm looking forward to losing even more weight and just being really comfortable with myself going out in public and not have to worry about what other people might be thinking. The same thing going into a restaurant. You go into a restaurant and you're really big, and people are going to be thinking, really, do you really need to be in a restaurant? So going into a restaurant now, I don't feel the same stares. I don't feel the same like, really, or when the waitress, she comes to get you to bring you to your table, and she's like, you want a booth or your table? And you know that she's asking if you want a booth, but she's kind of checking you out, going, lady, you ain't fitting in the booth. So it's just, that doesn't happen anymore because I do fit in the booth, which is really awesome. Because before, when you're sitting in a booth and you're like, no, I'm fine, it's great, no worry about it, no, it's okay, just bring me my food, I'm fine, but the table's cutting into your stomach and you can't lean over to get your food just because you have to sit up straight and suck it in. It's not pleasant. And those are just some things that I'm happy that are gone now that I've lost some of the weight. So I don't mean to offend anybody if I'm saying these kind of things. This is really my experiences and how I feel. But it's just, it can be very disagreeable when you're overweight and disagreeable for yourself. So those are things that I'm happy about that are better, and I'm just looking forward to them getting even better so that I can have a better perception of myself and have a better perception of how I think other people see me. So those are all things that I'm looking forward to with my weight loss that is right now current at, like I said, minus 90 pounds. And my future weight loss, because it's going to keep going and I'm trying to be positive and I'm going to lose more weight. So I'm just really looking forward to all of the future things that I can do about being more active and not having to use my weight as an excuse for not being able to go out and do things. If I want to do something, I'm going to go out and do it. And that's what I want to do. And that was the point of my weight loss for me, was to be able to have a freedom. Kind of like a car gives you a freedom so that you can go out and do what you want. Well, this is my freedom to do what I want because I don't have these restrictions. I don't have all this extra weight that I have to carry around with me, and I'm looking forward to just being even more free. So yeah, if you have any comments about the things that I said in my video, or maybe you have any suggestions or some of the things that you really enjoyed doing for the first time once you started to lose weight, please leave them below. I'd be really interested to read it. Also, please like if you enjoyed my video, and if you are even more interested, well, YouTube has given you a video suggestion from their algorithm that you might enjoy from my other videos, so please feel free to check that out. And most of all, subscribe if you would like to continue watching my videos and continue on my journey with me, and I will see you guys in the next one.